Good morning. Let us know where you're calling from. I want to see the chats light up this morning. If you're calling in, if you're on Facebook Live, if you are on Zoom, let those chats light up. I want to know where you're from. What time is it? I know we've had, what is it called? Daylight savings time?
Yeah.
Okay. So daylight savings time. And so I know, times are changed all over the world. It's different time zones and stuff like that. Let us know where you are from. And if this is your first time, if this is your very first time listening to a CEO update, let us know that. Just put the number 1 there or say first time, because we want to know where you are from. I see Dallas, Texas in the house. I see Tampa, Florida in the house. Rontavius Henry, welcome. That is my hometown. I see Cynthia Cook in the house. New Jersey with Marcus is in the house. Baltimore, Maryland is in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Atlanta, Georgia in the house. All righty. Got people all over the place, different countries as well. France is in the house. Sacramento is in the house. Chicago is in the house. And I could stay here and probably read off all of these all morning long. And I'll be here for a very, very long time. Happy November. Is today the 2nd?
Yes, sir.
Today is the 2nd, right? I don't know why. For some reason, it feels like the 1st to me.
Because it is.
You know what? It's the 1st. Let's just reset.
Yes.
You know how you do those things, those resets, right? Feels like the 1st. Happy November, everyone. And all of our brand new people, I want to say congratulations to you. We had a great number of new ambassadors to see the presentation or hear the presentation or some kind of way experience the presentation. And you know what they said? They said, yes, this just simply makes sense. And they joined us. And so I want to say congratulations and welcome to the Ibüümerang family, to all of our brand new ambassadors that are all around the world. Some of you are chiming in for your very first call. They've introduced me already, which I didn't see the introduction. So I would normally say, hi, I'm HB. I am your CEO of Ibüümerang, but they've already told you that through the introduction video, which I did not have a chance to see. I think they've gotten a little fancy up here. Normally they have me an extra, whereas I can see me on camera, and it's kind of confusing. I can see me on camera, then I look into the camera. But right now I'm just looking into the camera. They've got all of this high-tech stuff going on over here, and I think it's Mark. I blame Mark for all this high-tech stuff that we've got going on over here, and we've got the ladies over here with their big monitors. I've got no monitor. So I'm looking right now just into a camera. And I want to say hello and welcome to Ibüümerang for each and every person. Whether you've been here from day one, whether you've been here a year, 6 months, 90 days, or whether you just got your kit right before this call. One of the things I want to tell you is that you are in for an experience. You're in for something that is unique. And if you listen to our hashtag or watched our hashtag, it is just different. And we say just different, not to be different. It's because we are. We're just different. Our philosophies, our mode of operation, our purpose, the way we treat our ambassadors, the way we treat all of our partners and our associates and the relationships that we build, we do it just different. And our whole goal is to make you not feel like you're only in business, but to make you feel like you're making money with your friends. When you think about it, what better way to celebrate capitalism? What better way to build a future for you and your family than to build it with people that you like, that you love, that you trust, and that you have a lot of fun with, And I can tell you that is probably one of the most rewarding things that you're going to get outside of your financial goals and benefit. One of the most rewarding things that you'll have in Ibüümerang is going to be the people that you meet. and the people that you have a chance to hang out with. And it's been a little weird because Ibüümerang, we are a lifestyle based company, okay? And you're going to hear me talk about this thing called PRIB. Some of you are brand new and you're probably still wondering what's the PRIB, right? And when are we going to serve the PRIB? Some people think it's prime rib. But we're a lifestyle-based company, and it's been different for us because when we launched Ibüümerang, we launched it, and then the next thing you know, 2 months later, we were over in Cancun, Mexico, in May of last year at this beautiful resort called the El Dorado Resort. And we were celebrating we were celebrating the opening pretty much of Ibüümerang. And we had not officially launched until September, but we were there and having all kind of fun and pools and food and pools and sun and ocean and laughs and music and everything you could imagine that we had from an experience standpoint over in Cancun. And guess what we did? We planned a whole lot more fun. And then something came over here and said, well, I'm going to hold your fun off for a moment, okay? And we all have been experiencing the perils and the rearrangement of a portion of our lives due to situations that have occurred around the world. And so we are itching and scratching to like get back together and be in one another's company and be in each other's space and be in each other's faces and stuff like that. I can't wait. It's what we do. We've had a chance to do it through Zooms. We've had a chance to do it in smaller gatherings and things of that nature. But I can tell you there is nothing like belly to belly. There's nothing like being, right there with the person, looking in their eyes and laughing and smiling and enjoying the moment. And we have something that's actually coming up that's going to allow us to get back into rhythm. One of the things I've learned about life is that sometimes life will throw you lemons, and you've heard that saying before. And it's up to you whether you make lemonade. Okay, and so life threw a lot of us lemons, and in December we've got some lemonade that we're making. I can tell you right now, we've got a big pool and an ocean of lemonade. We're going to be in Cancun at a beautiful, beautiful, incredible resort that I can't wait. I can tell you right now, people have been waiting for this for over a year. Since last May, we've been waiting to do this again. And this is something that we're planning to do. People say, are you going to do this every year? No, we're going to be doing this at least 2 times per year. We'll be doing some international. Our international presence right now continues to grow. And I'm so grateful for all of our friends that are on the other side of the United States, all the way from Mexico, all the way to South Africa, Italy, France, Spain, you name it. I mean, over in Asia, over in Canada, so many different places around the world. If I started naming the countries, I'd be here all day long. But we've got people everywhere. And we intend to continue to forge the bonds that we forge, because that's just who we are. We're just different, and we're one big, huge family. The cool thing is our family grows, and it grows every day. Every single day, there's new people who make a decision to be a part of Ibüümerang. And I remember from the very beginning when we started this vision, and we didn't know who the people would be. And honestly, that was none of my business. And still to this day, it's none of my business. You know what? Just now, somebody just joined Ibüümerang somewhere around the world. Just again, somebody else has just joined our company, just like that, somewhere around the world. But it wasn't my business of who the people were and who it was going to be. It was my purpose. It was my vision to do something that I hadn't seen in network marketing. At that time, it was 29 years. Today, 30 years in network marketing. And the thing I can tell you is this, is I am extremely proud of the progress that I see Ibüümerang making. I'm extremely proud of this vision, because the vision is very large. It's a huge, big vision that we set out. We set out to do things that hadn't been accomplished. We set out to make what was impossible and make it possible. And I'm very proud of those steps forward that we actually are making with our company. Now, you say, well, has the road been easy? Absolutely not. And I never expected it to be easy. I can tell you this here. Whenever you got a big dream, I mean a big, huge dream, and that's regardless of where you are, what language you speak, no matter where you are, whenever you got a big dream, here's what happens. As soon as you profess to the universe this dream, you verbalize that dream and you say something about your vision, here's what happens. You're going to get attacked. Why? And you're probably wondering, why will someone attack my dream? My dream is positive. It's just kind of the way the world works. And my belief is there to say, see, everybody has a dream. Or everybody has a thought process. Everybody has this idea of what they would like to be better, and how they want to live better, and how they want to donate more, and how they want to give more and do more and become more and earn more, and this ideal fantasy or this ideal concept of how they want to live. You know, I can remember mine. You've heard my story, and as a young boy, I grew up in the projects, housing projects. And T. Gray's raising his hands like, you know, we've got that I guess that hood pride, right? And people say, well, why are you so proud of that? Well, if I had to choose, I wouldn't choose to be there. I wouldn't choose to be born there or growing up there, but it's where I'm from. And I'm not ashamed of it, and I can't change it. Okay, but that's where I grew up. I grew up in Tampa, Florida, a place called Ponce de Leon Projects. The real name of it, if you want to give the politically correct name, it's Ponce de Leon. All right, but if you say Ponce de Leon while you're in Ponce de Leon, if you say it correctly, there's something that's going to be missing. It's probably you going to be coming up missing. Okay, but that's why I grew up. I grew up in Ponce de Leon Projects, and but here's the thing: I never felt like I was in the projects because it's all I knew. And I had this dream, I had this vision, and I would watch television, and I'd watch the lifestyles of the rich and famous. And I always wanted to be rich. And I didn't know what it meant. I just knew that those people that I saw on that show, they lived differently than I did. You know, we didn't have a telephone at home. We didn't have, you know, the 3 meals per day and snacks in between. You know, it was meager beginnings, and don't feel sorry for me, but I can tell you this, what we didn't have in money was made up in love and a supporting cast and a family unit that loved one another, that supported one another. So I never knew I was poor. I never even had the concept of being poor. It was just that we just didn't have money. I mean, just think about it. It was one element that was missing. money. Okay? And when I look back on it, do you know how quickly a money situation can change? Very quickly. And so this is why I'm so grateful, because when I look back on how my mom raised me and the things that she shared with me and the values that were shared with me by my dad and my grandparents and just the people around me, I didn't know it at the time, but I was actually rich. Because if I had to look at my situation right now and I say, you know what, you can have one or the other, and the other one that you don't have, you can go find a way to replace it. And if they said, hey, listen, you've got, millions of dollars right now that you can have and you're rich, but you're going to be absent with a support system. You're going to be absent of people that you can trust. You're going to be absent of love. You're going to be absent of great health. Which one do you want? You want to take the red pill or you want to take the blue pill, right? Red pill being all the money, blue pill being all the support, love, and health. Well, I take the blue pill. Why? Because money can be earned with a quick decision and a specific plan. And I'm going to talk about that on today's call. And so today's call may be an update call, but it's going to be a little training in there too. My goal is to show you guys how to move into 2021 and how we're going to start today, not tomorrow, but today. Somebody put in the chats, today. Okay? How we're going to start right now, today, and already get a rolling head start on 2021. We're not waiting until December the 31st to put together New Year's resolutions, because they don't work. They don't work. We will never, around here in this office, put New Year's resolutions on the board. They don't work. Okay? Decisions are what work. And no matter what point in the year you make them, that's what works. But when I go back and I look at it, and I said, wow, man, we didn't have money. But guess what? I made up for that. And now, got money. And my parents got money. They've got great health. And, but if I had money and I didn't have love, if I didn't have a support system, if I didn't have friends, if I didn't have great philosophy poured into me, you know what? We could have money and I'd be miserable. And how long does it take to get someone to love you? How long does it take to build trust within a relationship? How long does it take to build family unit? How long does it take to instill and build a solid foundation of integrity and transparency? It takes a long time. It takes years. It takes decades sometimes. How long does it take to start making $100,000 a year? 90 days, 6 months max, once you make a decision. How long does it take to go from bad health to being in great health? How long? Some people never get there. And so I know everyone on this call have someone, and maybe even yourself, may experience some bad health. And we certainly wish you improvement, drastic improvements in your health. But we also know some people on this call here have joined Ibüümerang, and you're here, you're not making money, but you feel loved. You feel the friendship. You feel a place of belonging. And that's why we're just different. Okay? And we're going to have some of them. We're going to have people here who, you know what, they don't care how much money they make, and they're going to send out boomerangs, and only one person in 5 years is going to travel. But they know that if they come to an event or they get on a call or they come around the people, they're gonna feel a different sense of wealth and a different sense of richness. And that's what we are building. That's what we're building here. Okay? And to me, that's what I put first here. Why? Because the money, the money you can make, if you really made a decision. I'm telling you this because I know. When you make a decision, a quality decision. Now, there's two different types of decisions that people make in network marketing. Two different types of decisions. One is called a quantity decision. Quantity decision. A quantity decision is based off of emotion. It's based off of an immediate need. It's based off of some type of stimulus, that something that you've heard or something that you've seen or something that you just witnessed or something that you were instructed to do. And that quantity decision is most often very temporary. Maybe you're on a call and you've heard one of the leaders and they've asked you to, hey, repeat this or send this message to your upline or send this message here to your upline. And you do it and you get so fired up at that moment because you've just made a quantity decision. And there's nothing wrong with that. Every fire got started with a pilot light, with just a flicker. And that flicker represents that quantity decision. But there's also a such thing as a quality decision. Quality decision. And that quality decision is not when I shout from the mountaintops. That quality decision is not when I'm telling my group and I send a message out to my group saying, watch my smoke. Or I send a message to my upline saying, watch me. I'm gonna be the next. It's because it's a quality decision. Quantity decision, you start telling everybody about what you're gonna do. It's the quantity of the people that you talk to or that hear your message that makes you feel good about your decision. That's why it's a quantity decision. But a quality decision is between you and you. It's that quiet confidence that you're able to have. A quantity decision can be made and immediately and until an obstacle of equal quantity meets face to face, that's when the quantity decision normally is dissolved. Why? Because here I made a quantity decision to go diamond. Equal force of opposite size meets me. And it normally comes in the form of finances, relationships, health, and emotion. Finances. I'm going diamond. I'm going to do everything I can to go diamond. And the next thing you know, your transmission falls out of your car. And here it is, it's $4,000 to fix your transmission. And now you're faced with, I've got to fix my transmission, or I've got to go get a new car. And now it's money. And so here's what happens is that you now become derailed. Why? Because the problem of the transmission is much bigger than your quantity decision that you've made. Hey, I'm going Ruby. I am going Ruby. And next thing you know, you've told everybody, you've put it in the chat, and you sold it to everyone, and you're so fired up. And you mean it. You absolutely, you have all the best intentions in the world to go Ruby. And then you walk back into the house or into the room after you got off that Zoom. And your partner or your significant other or your spouse says, you spend all your time in front of that TV or in front of that computer screen talking to those BÜM people. and you're neglecting us, your family. And now your emotions start to shrink. And now going Ruby, you're not even thinking about it. Why? Because you've got this other conflict over here, and now that energy over here is going to solve that instead of solve the Ruby. And I'm not here to tell you to prioritize for you. I'm just telling you what happens. It happened to me. Why do you think for 7 years, do you think I wasn't good enough? I didn't have the talent to make money. I had the talent. I had the smarts. I had the knowledge. I had the support system. I couldn't win that battle between a quality decision and a quantity decision. I couldn't stay focused long enough. It's like a plane on the runway. Imagine if a plane on the runway decides that it's about to take flight and it starts going down the runway, and right before it starts to take lift, the pilot gets a call saying, hey, listen, you didn't check the luggage storage and you might have too much luggage. And the pilot says, okay, got to slow it down. Or the pilot gets a call, says, listen, it's raining. There's about 4 clouds in the sky. Well, I'm afraid to fly in the rain. Got to slow it down. And you start and you stop 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 and you start and you stop. At some point in time, you start to beat up on you. And you start feeling unworthy. Why? Because you start and you stop. And you are a great starter. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to share something with you. Not just an Ibüümerang, but if you're going to build this, if you're going to make this PRIB work for you, it's not going to be because you're a great starter. It's going to be because you're a great finisher. Show me the plan for you to go Ruby that you finished the plan. Don't show me the start. I don't want to see your goals. And that's where we make mistakes often, is that we want to see everyone's goals. Show me your goals. No, show me where you finished the previous plan. I didn't say show me the results. I didn't say show me the results. I was watching in one of my the chat groups, the Project 72 groups, and one of the people put in the group, you know what? For the month of October, we missed every goal that we set. But it's okay. November's a brand new month. See, I was more proud of that person because they set the goal and they at least did the effort to complete the plan. A quality decision allows you to say, here's my goal, and here's what I'm going to do. And no matter what takes place, see, the bigger the goal, the bigger the obstacle will look that will come to you. People with small goals, life will never get in the way of a small goal. It won't. People ask me all the time, HB, how do you handle the challenge that you've gone through with Ibüümerang? And I'm like, do you know how big my dream is? You think that I expected this to be a cakewalk? You thought that I expected everything to just go perfect? No! Absolutely not. And so every time I see a big challenge comes my way, I get fired up. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't address it, or it doesn't mean that I don't pay attention to it, but I get fired up. Why? Because I look back of all the successes that I've ever had. And what I realized is that after every major overcoming of a major issue was always my biggest moments. It was always my biggest moment. I remember getting to $100,000 a month for the first time. Now, I'm speaking that number, and that number may be way over most people's belief system. It's not about the money. Forget about the money. For you, it may be $10,000 or it may be $5,000 a month. It doesn't matter, the number. So don't get lost in the number. But I had never made $100,000 a month before. And when did I make $100,000 a month? I made $100,000 a month right after I believed that I had the right product, I had the right compensation plan, and the next thing you know, for 90 days, the company was out of product. For 90 days, I had nothing to sell. Nothing. Product came back, I launched the business, and I was all excited. 90 days later, no product. 90 days of selling a dream. And we were in a business to sell a physical product, not a concept, not digital, a physical product. And it was actually about the 100th day, maybe about 120 days after we were out of products. I think I made $113,000 that month. But I know why I did, because I made a quality decision before I even sponsored my first person. It was the first time, one of the first times I made a quality decision when I launched the company. I had set a goal before I joined the company. That was going to be my biggest earnings ever. So guess what I expected? I expected the biggest issues to come my way. And what I realized is that life rewards you for your completion. It rewards you for completing, not for starting. Completing. And so that's where I was in the beginning. And I said, I'm not only going to start Ibüümerang. Starting Ibüümerang is easy. Finishing it. Finishing the job. Watching and seeing and making sure that everything that I said that I was going to do, that I actually get it done. That's where you become happy with you. And you'll start to notice that you will start to attract finishers when you decide to become a finisher. How did I get on this tangent over here? I have no idea.
It's a beautiful tangent. I'm tweeting that right now.
But I'm just sharing with you my story. I'm just sharing with you, who we are and what's and just understanding business. I thought David Hunt did an incredible call this past Saturday, our flight school training. I think he did an incredible call that was catered towards having what I call a business mindset, because there are two mindsets. Some have a network marketing mindset, an MLM mindset. MLM mindset is typically quantity decisions. Business mindset, quality decisions. Okay. Have a specific game plan. What we're going to be doing is dialing in, not on this call specifically, but we're going to be dialing in specifically, exactly and precisely what you should do and how you should do it. Okay. We're going to be dialing all of that in as well. One of the things he talked about on there was a 90-day game plan. Okay. And we're putting together a specific 90-day game plan. Why? So that you can say, I finished my plan. And once you say, I finished my 90-day game plan, you're able to come back and look at what the results were. And let me share with you how I grew in the business. I didn't grow in the business because I knew all of these people, and I'll be candid with you. My Rolodex today is not filled with networkers. I don't know a lot of networkers. I know some of you think I do. I just don't. I'm not a part of these social groups of network marketers, and it's not. I don't criticize that, but that's not who I've been. That's not who I am. I've never built my group, my business on trying to court networkers and get this person from that company to come here. I just built it because I knew that I wanted what I did to be duplicatable. What do you mean? Well, I see several types of builds. And so you'll see a build where somebody says, hey, how'd you build? Well, I got this networker and this network. I put one on my left, one on my right. And that's how I went, and achieved this particular rank. Well, the newest person that just joined us, if I called them up and I said, this is what you got to do to become successful, they're going to say, well, I don't have a network. I don't, this is my first time in network marketing. So what it does, it gives a false sense of what's real. And I don't want people following me thinking what he did doesn't apply to me. So I teach homegrown success. And when you build homegrown success, you will emerge as a leader. And then sometimes people will come and seek you out. That's a normal part of the process. But it's my network. I never built it with getting his network and bring your network. No. But people will be attracted to you once you make it work. And this is just how we build and what I teach, because I want everyone who watches me, I want them to look in the mirror, or not look in the mirror, or look at me and say, I can do what he did. It may take me a little practice. It may take some time, but I can do what that dude did. I can do it. That's the key. At the level that I have now of experience, I make it look easier. It rolls off of my tongue because I've done it so often. Okay? But this is why I love sports. Because, see, no coach can give you the talent. They can't, Tiger Woods can't give me a swing. He can't. It just can't happen. As much as I would want, he can't. I've got to go over there and I've got to do what it takes to develop that swing. I've got to practice like he practiced. He was the first one out on the golf course. He hit golf balls in the dark. In the dark, in the morning, at nighttime, when nobody else is on the golf course. And so when he becomes a billionaire, people say, oh, he's just lucky that he came up at the right time in golf. No, it's not lucky. It was a quality decision that he made about his golf game and who he was going to be. Okay? And so I'm just letting you know that you can do what it is that I've done. You can. You can do it. And not only can you do it, I'm going to show you and teach you how to do it. And so we are going to take November. And what I'm looking for, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those who are ready to make quality decisions. I don't care if you put that one in the chat. I honestly don't. I want you to think right now. Think to yourself at this moment. Am I worthy? Have I given it my all? Is the company going to pay me? So if I do the work, will they pay me? Do I deserve it? Am I worthy? Am I ready to make a quality decision and finish my plan? What if you just finished your plan? What if you finished it? The majority of the people build network marketing the same way that they join gyms at the very beginning of the year. Everybody starts a workout plan. And here's what's going to happen. On January the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, January the 3rd through the 21st, you will not be able to find a parking spot at your local gym. You just won't. Why? Because 95% of the people make quantity decisions about their goals. Quantity decisions. Yep, I'm going to work. Yep, I'm going to get rid of these 20 pounds. That's what I'm going to do. Get rid of these 20 pounds. I'm going to tell everybody I've said it at the Christmas table. And here's how I know for a fact you're not going to lose weight. You know, I am just going to eat and gorge myself over Thanksgiving. I'm going to gorge during Christmas dinner. Why? Because January, that's when I'm going to start. I already know you're about to fail. How many of us have done it in this office? How many of y'all have done it? I've done it. Yeah, I'm gonna start. And we fall off the wagon. And I'm not criticizing you for falling off the wagon. I'm just bringing it to your attention is that how you do anything is how you do everything. Let's finish. I am going to talk to 5 people a day about Ibüümerang. Quantity decision. How do I know it's quantity? As soon as someone comes and says, oh, well, you in a pyramid scheme, and 5 people tell you, oh, no, I know somebody who tried that and their cat lost their fur. And then you start, and the quantity, the masses, they, you know what they say? Well, they say, who's they? They start telling you more about your business and they've never been involved in your business. And now your quantity decision starts to shrink. And you're going to talk to 5 people one day in a row. But if you set a plan and you said, you know what, I'm going to process 5 people per day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first month that I do this and I'm going to get into the habit of being a finisher, not a starter. A finisher, not a starter. And your first 30 days, you go through and guess what? You should celebrate the fact that you finished the job. You finished it. I don't care if you sponsored 0 people. Your celebration is you started. Month 2, we go back and we take a look at what you did in month 1 that had you with 0 results. And now you're able to work on your skill and become better at talking to the 5 people. So now in month 2, guess what happens? You have now improved. And now your results grow by 100%. Anything you do, 200, 300, 500%. Because you're now better. You can't tell me right now, there's not one person who's here who's physically, who can physically get down right now and have the inability because of your strength that you can't do 1 push-up. And if you can't do 1 push-up, right, or let's say you can't do 5. And there's some people on this call who can't. But if you can't tell me that every day in the month of November, you said, I'm going to get on the ground and I'm going to do as many as I can until I get to 5. That means you may only get to 2, but you do it every day. Every single day. There's not one person that in the month of December who won't be able to do 10 a day. But see, what happens is we get down to do our push-ups and the doorbell rings. And so guess what? The doorbell becomes bigger than our goal. Quantity decision that we made. We get down to do our push-ups, and guess what happens? We hear our Instagram, somebody just liked one of our posts. And so we'll go spend 45 minutes with our thumbing through our social media. And we get down, and the next thing you know, the phone rings. And so what happens is the other things become more of a priority because it was only a quantity decision. But when you get up and you say, no matter what happens, I don't care what takes place. I don't care if I hear the fire alarm ringing off. I don't care what. I'm going to get my 3 push-ups that I got to do. If that's all I can do, I'm going to get to 3. And next thing you know, I get to 4. Next thing you know, I can get to 5. The next thing you know, I can get to 10 because you finished. And you start now January. Guess what you got? You've got a habit that you're developing of being a finisher. The second thing you got is you've got a better skill set. Third thing you got is you've got results on your side. And the fourth thing that you got is you've got people who joined your group who sees a finisher as their sponsor, not a starter. And you're probably wondering, why is it that your group doesn't grow? It's because they're modeling their mentor. They do what you do, not what you post. They do what you do. I've been doing this so long, I don't have to talk to a person. I can feel whether or not they're working productively in their business. I can feel when they're distracted. I just know. I didn't know all of this in the beginning, but 30 years of experience, you're supposed to know some stuff, and I kind of know some stuff. And you know what I know right now? I know that everyone who's listening to me, every month, you leave more in the tank. You don't exhaust the tank. You don't exhaust the tank. You don't give what you leave. Most of you leaving 3/4 of what you've got to give. You're leaving it into the tank. And this is where I'm telling you of the difference between a quantity decision and a quality decision. 95% make quantity decisions because most people are just simply not willing to do the work required to be great. Or even to be really good. You don't have to be great to be really good. Because we get so satisfied with what we call our intentions bank account. And everything we intend to do when we express it, it's like deposits made into an account, but you can't spend that. But it gratifies us because I intend to sponsor 5 this month. I intend to sponsor 10. There's not one person looking me in the eye right now who's going to tell me you can't sponsor 5 people. I'm talking about the person who knows no one. I'm talking about you who don't even have a mobile phone. I'm talking about you who lost all your friends. You don't even have family right now. You don't even have money right now. I'm talking to the person with the worst of circumstances that if you really wanted to, you sponsor 5 people this month. If you really wanted to. I could take the corporate team that we have that's in here right now, and I could say, you know what, we're going to take off the day. And I could have each person sponsor 5 people today. Today. If you really focused on it and you meant what you said, you get it done. There's nothing in this world that you really wanted that you didn't get. The world doesn't operate that way. Doesn't operate that way. You know when you really want it, when you want it from in here, you're going to go get it. End of story. Period. End of story. Okay? And so, quality decisions. November, I don't care how many make it. I know right now, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for about 25 people. And this is out of the tens of thousands that we have around the world. Don't inbox me. That's not what it's about. I'm looking for 25 people who's in on a quality decision about your Ibüümerang business. Just 25. Some of you say, Holton, well, you're not asking for a lot. I'm out of 25, if I can get 10, $1 billion company coming in 2.5 years to 3 years. Give me 10, that's $1 billion business that we'll have here 2.5 years. Just 10. I'm setting my goal for 25. That's why my decision's already been done. It's cast and die. That's already a done deal. The bumps and bruises, I don't like them, but they don't kill me. 25? Let me get 25. I'm talking about a real quality decision that you set, that you finish what you start. It's over. This thing is done. I'm telling you. Guys, listen, I'm just being candid with you. You don't have to go and tell any, your group will see it. Your speech becomes different. The things that distract you no longer distract you. Mealy mouth conversation, gossip. When you make a quality decision, gossip bounces off of you like you got a gossip shield around you. Gossipers don't even want to come to you. Why? Oh, he's one of the 25, so you know what? She decided she's going to go ahead and be a reason that the company does $1 billion in the next 2.5 to 3 years. So let me waste these words with somebody who's probably already looking to quit. Let me go talk to them. I'm just telling you, that's how it works. There's a force field that surrounds you once you make a quality decision. I don't care about your talent level now. Guys, listen, I develop talent. That's what I do that in my sleep. I'm not looking for you to come to me with everything perfect. I'm not looking for you to come to me being the best speaker. I'm not looking for you to come having the best swag or the best story or the nicest car or the nicest house. I didn't come from that. I came with the shy guy who had no money, buying his clothing at the Goodwill because I didn't have money for clothing. Didn't want to speak. Why? Because I was told all of my life, shut up, don't say this, don't talk outside of my house, you don't have anything important to say. So in my psyche up here, when I communicated to other people, mentally, I already thought I was at a deficit. This is some of the reasons my first 7 years, my message never got through, because I spoke and I wasn't certain of what I was saying. I spoke with doubt. I say the words, but the words didn't connect here. And until I changed and I made a quality decision and I meant every word that I said, it seemed like people would come out of the woodwork. When my words and my belief and my emotions all came together and became centered, it was different. It was like, man, people saw this different HB. Back then, I wasn't HB. It was just Holton. But that's what happens. Opportunities come when you make that opportunities come your way, people start calling you. You run into the right people. I believe in energy. I believe that diamond is not something you do. It's something that you attract. You attract the components of your diamond ship along the way. but I want you to go back and catalog your conversations. I want you to go back over it for the last week, 2 weeks or month, and go and do some simple, do a 5-minute exercise. I'm going to show you right now how to increase your bank account drastically right now. 5 minutes I want you to take, and I want you to catalog the majority of your conversations. How many of them are about completing the plan that you started? How many of them are about starting a plan? How many of them are about what's not right and what's wrong? How many of them are about brand new people? Look at your activity. Is your activity predominantly with people who've always or already been in for the last 90 days? If those are the people you're communicating with the majority of the time, you will not grow. I'm being honest with you. I have to be honest with you. I want you to do something as well. I think I've asked you to do this before, but I want you to do something as well. And I should have put it, I started to pull it up, have you pull it up, Mark. You know my red jacket coat training? The 10-minute version? I want you guys to see when I did that red jacket coat training, it was an expression of who I had already become. That's how I do everything now. And it's a training. If you look at Holton Bugs, how to launch, Google it. It's a 10-minute version. The long version you can, but you don't need to listen to the long version right now. The 10-minute version, how to launch. I don't want you to study exactly what I did. You can do that if you want. I want you to look at that as a model and say, how far off am I from being mentally in tune the way he is? During my launch, it was in the worst of conditions. We're in a pandemic now. I was launching in the middle of a hurricane, in the middle of evacuation. Everybody in Houston was evacuating. People got on I-45 headed north to Dallas. The freeways were packed. People died on the side of the road. They ran out of gas and heat exhaustion. It was one of the biggest stories that was going on, and I knew nothing about it. Why? Because my dream was much bigger than a hurricane. You got a part of it? I want you to just go to an excerpt in there. Go to a 2-minute excerpt or something in there, a part in there. I'm going to play something for you right now, and I'm going to come back. I've got some stuff I want to announce, but I want you guys to this is what we're going to do in November. We're drawing a line in the sand in November. Is it ready?
Yeah.
Just play some of it. Tell me when it's playing. It's playing.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
play? Okay. It is? Okay.
Yeah.
I just hadn't seen it on Facebook yet.
Right. Oh, it's not playing on Facebook.
Yeah, we're working on it.
No. I was trying to really get it going. I'm good. Yeah, I was trying to get it going. Yeah.
We're not ready yet.
I'm back on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mark, what if I took the camera, your laptop, and just put it right here in front of the camera?
Is Mark a, could you just make Mark a co-host?
Yeah,
He-
I am, but it needs to play over there.
Oh, it needs to play through Wirecast?
Broadcasting right through Wirecast, yeah.
Okay. Don't worry about it. They get the picture.
I'll work aside with.
It's it's not a big deal.
You're back on.
I'm back on? Okay. All right, so you can silence that so I don't hear me in the background. Okay, guys, I'm back. We didn't have it connected on Facebook, as I told you. We have all this fancy stuff, and we got to program it into the system for it to play on Facebook and to play on Zoom. But it was playing on Zoom. Is that correct?
It was.
Okay. Now, I think Mark they'll put the link in the Facebook chat and they'll put it on there. I just want you to watch it. Why? I want you, those 25 people that I'm talking to, and I don't know who you are, I can't choose you. I can't choose you at all. But those 25 people, here's what. Let me share with you how did I get to have this mindset. It's not because I just said I'm gonna have this mindset and I developed. No, it don't work that way. It was hours of video that I watched every day. Hours. Those 25 people, I want you to watch that daily. Matter of fact, honestly, if you're one of the 25, now that I've introduced it, I wouldn't even have to tell you. But if you ever want to get close to being a part of the 25, watch it daily. Not for the instructions. Some of you are going to watch it and write down how many calls I did and how many. That's not what this is about. I want you to model and say, does my energy and activity and mindset, is it even anywhere close? How close is it to what you feel when you watch that? And the reason I'm telling you that is because I know when I made that shift. I made a shift. It was a quality decision that I made. And I'm telling you, my family is grateful for it for the rest of their life because of a quality decision. A quality decision. And just now, I want you to ask yourself some questions. I want you to watch it. And I want you to say, during this time, how much time did he devote to gossip? When you watched that training, you knew how I lived from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. I give you you can sense it. You can feel it, even if you don't speak the language. Just listen to it and say, what time, how many gossip calls did he take? how many complaints did he make? How many observations of things that weren't working did he give the attention to? And I'll say this not to make any excuses whatsoever. I mean, yeah, guys, we have launched are we a new company? Yes, but we're not a startup. So I'm not making no startup excuses. We've had some challenges, and guess what? We're going to have more. I can guarantee you that. But if I told you what I went during that time, what I was dealing with from a technology standpoint, zero reporting. When I made that, when I got it up to over $100,000 a month, when I got it up to over $500,000 a month in income, no reporting. Just didn't have it. Some things that we did have, but my dream was bigger than a report. I promise you today, you can ask Anna. There was a period of maybe 4 years that I only went in my back office less than 10 times. Because I'm a builder. And if I didn't have the reports anyway, so what am I going back there for? I'm not an analyst. I'm not a business analyst. I am a business builder. So I built a business that just in case one day they would put the reports that I needed to build, I'd have something that I could look at. But it was just my mentality. I didn't expect everybody else to have it. Some other people were always, we need this report, we need that report, we need this report, we need that report. And that's fine. I am not saying that that's bad, and that's not an excuse for not having a report. I'm just telling you what I did. You know what report was the most important report for me to look at every single day? My activity report. I control that. I was not going to give. Guys, I set a goal. I set a goal and I said, I am going to give myself a birthday present. My birthday present to me was $1 million in a single month. I set the goal 5 years ahead of the time that I did it. I didn't have any time to play around. But I didn't say I'll hit the goal if they got the reports. I said I'm going to hit the freaking goal. That's what I said. I didn't go tell my wife and my family, hey, if they have products, we'll hit this goal. I didn't make conditions. I just didn't. Now, everybody's not built like that. And some of you need a lot of reports, and we're going to give them to you. We give them to you. My activity, every day I'll look up my calendar, and I wrote my calendar down in my own handwriting. I never used the fancy computers and iPads and stuff like that. I had my calendar, and I draw out my group, and I look at the number of legs, and I knew every day how deep did I go in this leg? How deep did I go in that leg? Every single week, I knew how many meetings were going to take place in each leg of my business with the number of people that I was working with in each leg of business. And that's what I went on. I built a $3 billion business with paper. I'm sure Anna's, why? I didn't even know my own password to my back office. I didn't know it. Why? Because they were every 3 months or something, they'd say you need to change it. And Anna was the only one who had access to it. because she's the one who placed the orders. I didn't live in my back office. I lived in the living rooms and dens of the people who said, hey, I want more for my family. That's where my time was. Not sitting. Let me just get online and see if anybody done anything today. Now duplicate this. Here's you and your group. And everybody does what you do, not what you say. So here's you and your group. And all 50 of you, let's say you got 50 people in your group, and everybody's online waiting to see who did something. How much volume are you going to produce? Duplicate this. Have 50 people in your group with a specific plan. Have 50 people in your group knowing that they're going to give at least 2-3 presentations a day or per week. Have 50 people in your group that every single time a new person came in, they introduced that new person to somebody in the upline. We called it a lifeline. Have 50 people in your group searching through the newest person, making sure that new person came in and we'd ask a question. Let me ask you a question. Let's say Kevin's my brand new person. Kevin, you get a lot of pub over here, man. You're the newest guy, right? Let's say Kevin's he's the newest ambassador. Kevin, let me ask you a question. Do you want to make money slow or do you want to make money fast? Fast? You sure? Let me ask you a question. If I can put $500 in your pocket by next week, which day would be best to do it? Tuesday or Thursday? I've got either of those 2 days available. Tuesday? Now Tuesday, to make $500, can you do this? Because I want to make sure, Kevin, that I'm working with the right person. See, if I sense some hesitancy, I'm now going to take it away. I've got quite a few people to work with, Kevin, but you want to make 500? Listen, Tuesday, can I count on you? If I show you how to do it, can you have about 15, maybe 10, 15 people at the house? You know, kind of like how Yasmina invited you. Can you have about 10, 15 people at the house? I need an affirmative, a yes or a no.
Yes.
Yes, you sure? I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do, okay? So Tuesday, I'll be there at your place. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Now, the question is this. If I show you how to make $500 Tuesday, would you be okay if I show you how to close out the month making $2,000?
Yep.
So what I'll do is this here. Mark down on this is when I take out my calendar and I mark Kevin down for Tuesday. But he just agreed to 2,000. So Kevin, I'm going to mark the next 3 Tuesdays down for you as well. That's good?
Yeah.
Kevin, some of these meetings that I'm going to do may not even be the majority of your people, but the people who joined from the first one, they're going to bring people to the next one and to the next one. That's good?
Maybe.
So now here's what I've done. That's my very first leadership training that I gave. I instructed him. I'm giving him an expectation. I'm making, he wants to make 500. Okay, give me something. This is what I built it on. And I take my dates in here in the calendar. Get to it here. And I'm marking his name. This is how I built it, ladies and gentlemen, off of this. This is all that I know. I'm not fancy with all of this other stuff. Why? Computers break. I've never seen this paper break. There's always a pen available. Always. Always. Well, you know, we're in a digital age and everything. You should give it to me and spoon feed me. Then give me all the details about my business. Well, we can. And there's some great stuff there. Here. This right here this is what I do. Now, this may go over some of y'all's heads because this is builder's conversation. This is conversation for the 25 that I'm talking to. And some of you who aspire to be the 25 at some point. But if I've got him on Tuesday, guess what? I've got another person in that same meeting who's ready to get started. Guess what I'm doing? I'm booking them. Yasmina, let me ask you a question. Do you want to make money slow or do you want to make money fast?
I'm making fast.
She want to make money fast. Great. If I showed you how to put $500 in your pocket between Wednesday and Thursday, which day would be best for me to show you how to do it?
Wednesday?
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Around 7 o'clock we can do that? Between 6:30 and 7?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
That'd be fine? Now let me ask you a question. If I show you how to make $500 on Wednesday, could you get about 15, 20 people at your house?
Yep.
You can do that for sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show you exactly what to say and what not to say. Okay? Now, 500 is okay, but if I showed you how to put $2,000 in your pocket for the first month, that'd be okay?
Yeah, that's
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark you down for the next 3 Wednesdays as well. I now, in one meeting, I booked 2 people. I've got 8 meetings that I'm now booking. What do I need a back office for that? I need your phone number, which I'm going to get, and I'm going to write your phone number right in the circles that I give you. If he's got Tuesdays right here, I've got him here, 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 and here. My Tuesdays are now booked. Wednesdays are now booked with Yasmina. Her phone number is up here. Why? This is who I'm working with. I don't work with people at the top. I work with the people at the bottom. You work in depth. You lead at the top. Work at the bottom. So many of you are trying to work with the top. That means that you are managing your group. And as soon as you go into management mode, managing your numbers start to die. Whether you've got 1,000 reports in your back office or whether you've got none, management is what we call I'm coasting until the slow death of my business. One meeting. I did that meeting. I just did that meeting. That was Kitsia's meeting. And Kevin was there and Yasmina was there. I've got now 8 meetings that I've now booked. You say, well, we're not doing Well, I've got 8 Zoom calls that I've booked. And I would finish. I go into a meeting. I don't care about how many people are signing up. I already know my objective. Here is my plan. I go and my plan is, here's what I want. I want a minimum of 5 qualified prospects to be present. Whether that's on Zoom, whether that is at a physical meeting, whatever it is. The second thing I'm looking for is 1,000 QV out of each meeting on the average. 1,000 QV. That's what I'm looking for. Guys, I'm telling, this is so simple. I'm not looking for all of this extra stuff. I don't care about all of that extra stuff. I know what contributes to my goal. 5 quality prospects, 1,000 QV. That's all I want. Give me a brand new person. Why do I want brand new people? Because they've got a list of people that I normally wouldn't have access to. This is why I want Kevin in the business. This is why Yasmina is so important for me to grow. Why? Because other than that, you know what I'm going to be doing? Calling the people who've been with me for 18 months. And that's who I'm talking to every day. And what will come out of that? Criticism, complaining, and condemning. Why? Where there's no growth, you only see the obstacles. You only see what's wrong. That's all you see. That doesn't mean that everything has to be perfect. No. I'm just saying this is a quality decision. So when you watch that video, that's the mindset that I carried for years. I can get a phone call. Hey, listen, the roof fell in. Don't worry about it. Once I get finished doing these 6 meetings, I'll make sure we get it taken care of. Call someone, have them go ahead, call a roofer. I'm not stopping so I can go evaluate the roof. Well, Holton, you seem unsympathetic and Your family needs a roof. I'm not a roofer. I'm a builder. People call me to build. I call roofers to roof. Well, the engine light came on in the car. Okay, no problem. Take it to the mechanic. Let's get it. Why? I'm building right now. This is when I didn't have a whole lot of money. This is on my way. Why? I knew that distractions were going to come my way. I didn't want a stupid service me soon light to cause me to not do a meeting that could have bought me my freedom. The oil change light is on. Have somebody take it to the oil place. I don't change oil. I'm not a mechanic. It's not what I do. I'm a builder. It doesn't mean that I didn't pay attention to my family. I do. But I knew that if I didn't do this, I'm always going to have an oil leak. I'm always going to have a roof problem. I'm always going to have a foundation problem. I'm always going to have squeaky brakes. I'm always going to have something going on. I'm always have a bill collector call. Let me focus and finish this and get this done. I decided that I was going to be the first of the 25. And that's how we got it done. Right here. Just with this. Don't feel bad if you are if you're a report person. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just waking you up, though, telling you, what's your activity report? What did you do today? Why are you checking results? What did you contribute to the results? How many meetings did you do? How many coaching sessions did you do? I'm not talking about coaching people on how to get along. You know when people get along? When money is being made. You know when people fight? When money is down. Lead them to making money. There's people out there waiting, hoping somebody in your organization picks the phone up and call them about Ibüümerang, and they have no idea it exists. But because you're on the phone and you are a trainer and you're training your group to death, you never get to those new people because you consistently only talk with the people that you've been with forever. I invest a lot of my quality friendship time with my top leaders. I invest my building time at the bottom. Why? I know how to do it. I'm not counting on Kevin knowing how to do what I should be doing in the beginning. He doesn't know how to drive depth. I do. This is why I am way down in that leg. And that leg can be 40 levels deep. And guess where I am? I am at level 41. Yeah. You're a Crown Ambassador? Yes. Crown Ambassador. I'm at level 41. I'm not working there on level 3, 4 with my blue diamonds and black diamonds. No. I'm not over there on the phone with Johnny Wimbrey or Edwin Haynes or Cesar Munoz every day. They're in. I'm coaching, leading them. I am working down. Hey, who's the hottest new person that hit director this month? You got some directors that broke? You got some senior directors? Okay, great. Here's what I want you to do, because this is the mindset of how I build. So I get them. I'm now coming because of the edification, because of position, because I've got the eye of the tiger. Those people are going to perform for me more than they're going to perform for you. Hey, listen, HB's going to come. He's going to do a Zoom for you. What? Only if you agree to pack it out. Between the three of you, I need 50 prospects. Can you do it? If not, I have another group that's going to do it. Oh, yeah, we'll put 50. Next thing you know, 75 prospects. The excitement starts to bubble and stuff. Why? What is my goal? I want to go from level 41 to level 51. I'm going to take that leg and we're going to drive it so deep I'm going to hit China. That's what we say. We say drive it to China. That's our expression. Not get a leg in, break a diamond, and now you sit back because your diamond's got it. Your diamond, your ruby, your emerald, they're brand new at diamond. They don't know the art form right now of how to architect depth building. It's your job to do it. If they're brand new, the person in the beginning, they don't know how to do it. It's up to your diamond or your ruby to go and do that. The brand new person, they don't know. So you go out there and you go do it. Let me get off my soapbox.
Stay on it.
I'm fired up. I'm gonna tell you why I'm fired up, okay? This is why I'm telling you this stuff here. Because I made a decision. I know that we have this pandemic, but I know what I'm really good at. And I've got now, and I've been balancing what is it that I do and how do I accomplish what I want to accomplish? You know, we say leaders are able to do multiple things at a time. We call it walk and chew bubble gum. And so I decided, I said, okay, our corporate team is building. We've got some. I'm not even going to talk about the things we're working on from an infrastructure standpoint and solidifying all the things that we're doing. We're not adding anything else. I'm just letting you know we've got a clean slate to the end of the year. We said, nope, solidify. Don't call and ask us, could you add this? We're not. We're solidifying every single thing. We just came off of a pretty strong winter. And you know what happens in winter? What happens to your tree in winter? A lot of chaos happens. Leaves and parts break and stuff like that. So I said, no problem. Guess what? We're solidifying all of that. Here's what I'm going to go do as well. Talk to your GMA. And I had to talk with them. Talk to JW. Talk to Cesar. Me and Cesar had a call, I think, last Saturday. I said, listen. Talked to Luis Ventura the other day. Said, you know what? I've been cooped up into the house too long. Where's my skill set? My skill set is not on stage in front of tens of thousands of people. I talked to Jackie Pippins, I think last week. Been on the phone with William Thurston. And I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm about to take a little tour. Yeah, I'm about to take a little tour. I'm not doing these big meetings. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to light a fire in places that's already warm. Okay? Mapping out my travel schedule. Why? Because, I realize, okay, I can do what I need to do in those 3 hours, and I can be a CEO from anywhere. Okay. But I know what Ibüümerang needs, and I know what my people need. And so, if you're in America, if you're in Mexico, if you're in an area that I can travel to, 9 times out of 10, I'm coming to a city near you, like yesterday. Okay. I talked to Jex, okay, about some places that I'm going, and what we're going to do is we're going to do these meetings, and the only way you can get in is you got to have 2 guests with you. I'm not going for these meetings for claps. I'm not going for applause or for photo sessions. We can do that at a much different time. I'm going to hit the road. You're going to see JW on the road. You're going to see Cesar Munoz on the road. You're going to see Edwin Haynes, your GMA, on the road as well. And several other leaders that you're going to see on the road. But I'm telling you what HB is doing. I'm coming to Chicago. I'm going to be on my way to Atlanta. I'm coming to Arizona. I'm going all up and down Mexico. I'm going to tell you one country I'm coming to that as long as we can get in there, I'm coming. It's called Jamaica. And I'll tell you in a minute why I'm coming to Jamaica as well. I don't know if I mentioned Florida. We're going down there, doing multiple meetings down there and several different places in Florida. I'm coming over to the East Coast, over to New York, and then in Northern California and different other places. And I don't want big crowds. I'm not doing it. I don't want ticket sales and all of that kind of stuff. What I want is give me your best efforts of putting the people there so that they can see the real vision of Ibüümerang. And then I'll be doing some sessions and teaching each of those people and leaders. And even if we've got to do multiples of those meetings, because I don't want 300, 400, 500 people in the meeting. That's not what I'm after. I'm after some close, tight-knit meetings that we're going to do, maybe 50 people or something like that at a time, so that I can penetrate those that really are ready for the message. Watch what happens. Watch our smoke. Watch what takes place. Okay? Just watch what takes place. Let me get on to a couple of updates here real quick. I think, are we ready for the slides?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We can do that.
I normally get on my soapbox for 10 minutes, but I don't know how long that's been.
Are you ready for the slides?
I'm ready for the slides. Can y'all say ready for the slides?
Ready for
Ready for the slides.
Woo.
Okay.
Do it.
Somebody said Nashville, Tennessee. You know what? You build it, I will be there. Give me a reason to be there, and I will be there. Here's what I want you to think of. When you set yourself on fire, people will come from miles around, and I will come to pour gasoline on you. I'm not coming to make a market. I'm coming to pour gasoline on a market. You go ahead and set the fire. I'm not the fire starter. I am the finisher. So please don't ask me to come set your fire. I'm not talking to Tennessee. Tennessee, you might be on fire. I'm not coming to set a fire. I'm coming, and I've got drums of gasoline that I'm going to put on that fire and watch what happens to your city, your market. And it's not because of some technique that I'm going to show you. It's because when you have people with the eye of the tiger, like going to see in that video, and they come through your place and area, it infects everybody who's a part of that. That's what it does. And so sometimes this pandemic stuff, it keeps you closed in, and all of these walls, and the world comes in on you, and all you can see are the four walls, and all you can see sometimes is what's not going to happen, what can't happen, and what's broken, and this report didn't work, and what the past was, and all of these challenges. And I see them too. We address them, but I don't focus on them. I solve them, put a plan in place to solve them, and guess what I'm on to? Building. Why? Because what am I? A builder. It's just what I do. Okay? It is just what I do. So, Zent's update. Zent's update. We ready for our slides?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Zent's update. I know T. Gray mentioned it on the call on Saturday, but I'm so fired up about Zent's, guys. I wish I even had more time to do I'm going to come back. I'm going to do a real Zent's training, okay? Because people, they got it. But there's a few who don't understand. There's probably a few people, maybe about 20% of the organization, who caught on a little late, and some just didn't really get it, and it's okay. I understand that. I expect that. But I'm so excited about Zent's. I already know what this is going to do for you and your team. You don't even have an idea yet. Some of you, many of you do, because you saw your checks have the biggest checks some of you have ever had in your entire life. What you saw on the last residual, if you follow my lead, can be 4 times what it was by the end of 2021, by third quarter. And I'm talking right now to the big leagues. Some of you who had smaller checks, yours can be 20 times higher. I'm talking to those who were at 10,000 or more. If you were at 10,000, it can be 40. If you were at 20,000, it can be 80. If you were at 30,000, it can be 120. If you were at 40,000, it can be 160. If you were at 60,000, it can be 240, 250, 300. Why? I had a plan long before we put it in place. All right? And I know some people say, here's what some people said. It was the same thing that some said about the baseball thing. Well, I don't play baseball. The people who won the 50 grand had never seen a baseball in their hand. The top 3 winners never played baseball. I am coaching you to be a business person, an entrepreneur, not a networker. Well, I only network services. How do you pay for your home services? Not with services, with money. Money. Okay? Money. That's what you're going to have. Money. In the beginning, Amazon didn't have warehouses. They drop ship books from different places from other book owners. I'm not in the warehouse business. Well, that was limiting for him. Now he's building warehouses all over the country. Became the richest man in the world. Why? Because he was more focused on production. We're not trying to get you peddling products. No, I'm showing you how to secure a business and have consumption taking place within your organization. Stop focusing on what you do. Jackie Pippen, and I was talking to Jackson, he thought that Jackie was with me in Organo. Says, oh yeah, they knew how to sell products, so they can't. So I got Jackie on the phone. Jackie, how long have you been, how much coffee did you sell? She's like, what are you talking about? I've never sold a product. Nobody in my team has ever sold a product. And lit it up like a Christmas tree because she followed instructions and received the biggest residuals, team going bonkers with a simple technology. It just happens to be in the physical form. It's unique. It's awesome. It works. Immediate results. And guess what? We're shipping now. All right? We are shipping. Now, here's what takes place. Just being candid with you, we always give you integrity and transparency. We're shipping partial orders. Why? Y'all sold a lot of product. That's all I can say. You sold way more product than our production facilities and partners could even produce. And a part of it also was that where our production facilities, COVID came and they had to minimize the number of people. Then they got a lockdown. But even honestly, even if they didn't have a lockdown, we would have still outsold what was able to be produced. Got to remember, we took this technology that had already been tested for about 1.5 years, and in our first week, we did more in revenue than they did in 1.5 years. But when they first produced the product, they had no clue we were going to perform the way we performed. So we're sending partial orders so that people can get the product, service some of your customers. You keep a little, service some of your customers. It gives you enough money back to pay for your product, obviously, your order, and we're continuing putting orders out. What we've done is made the investments so that they buy double another whole run of equipment, another whole line of production line that we're putting hundreds of thousands of dollars that we're actually saying, hey, double the line production. Why? We know what place this is going to play in your residual income. I already know that, okay? And just trust in the process. Forget about whether you like products. And I hated coffee. How many of you would trade my income that I earned from a product that I'd never wanted to sell? Or would you go back to saying, I only want to sell what I like? No. I was like, I don't care if I like it. The world wants it. If the world wants it, I'm in. Count me in. Okay? And so that's what we're doing with Zent's partial orders filled. Congratulations. One country I told you I'm going to, I'll announce that now. We looked at the orders and we looked at who had the biggest orders, which country had the biggest orders. United States, the number one production of Zent's product, crushed it. Number 2, can anybody guess who was number 2? Jamaica. And because Jamaica came with it, Horace, you and your team, okay? I have to tell you, you and your team, you came with it. You made 0 excuses. You had no credit cards. You went out and did whatever you had to do. I know where your mindset was during this time. It wasn't with what couldn't happen, because you wouldn't have done all of that volume. Jamaica was the #2 country in terms of Zent sales, and that's why I'm coming to Jamaica. I call up Johnny. I say, listen, they just showed me a list. Jamaica was #2. I'm coming. I call Jex. I say, Jex, I'm coming to Jamaica. And so we'll get the details. If the borders will let me through without keeping me there for 14 days, Jamaica, I'm on my way. And we are going to rock the house over in Jamaica. So congratulations, guys. Horace was also, was he our second place winner?
Yes.
Second place winner with the baseball concept.
Third.
Third place winner, but he was a winner, okay? Third place winner with our baseball or our World Series. So congratulations, Horace, you and your wife, your entire team. You guys are awesome. And I'm coming there. And I can tell you right now, with the stuff that I'm going to leave there with you and your team, get ready for Blue Diamond. Okay? What I want you setting your goals for nothing less than Blue Diamond, okay? So really excited about what we're doing with Zents. And so we're going to ship out partial orders so that we can get product in everybody's hands. And we still have Zents online that's ordered right now. But what we've done, next slide, is we put it on back order. We're letting you know it's on back order, okay? On back order. It's obviously due to the overwhelming demand. Those of you who've gotten product, you know it works immediately. It's awesome. I can't wait. Your company takes a whole different turn. When the majority of this product hits the field, it's going to be off the charts, okay? So when we say orders are shipping, did every order ship today? No. Nope. We don't have enough product right now to ship everybody partial orders. Product is arriving probably on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. We even got more pallets of stuff that's coming in. We got a bunch of product. We're getting all of that out, but we're sending it out. We are sending it all out. All I'm going to ask you for is your patience. Some of you may get a phone call. We've got over 1,000 plus people whose order was over $1,000 or more. We've got people who sold over $25,000 in Zents. Yep, 25 grand. How many subscriptions would it have taken? It would have taken 250 people? Yeah. It would have taken the recruitment of 250 people and their subscriptions run to equal that same volume. You're going to start to understand what I mean by having subscription base, which is transactional, and then having volume base. When you add them two together, no other company has done it in the way that we're going to do it. I've not seen it, I'm telling you. And your residuals are going to be so solid and stable. That's where I was able to create that income that I created there. So have a little more patience with us. It may take us to the end of this month into December to get all of those orders out. I'm just being candid with you. I don't want to tell you everything's going this week. It's not. We got a ton of product. Guys, we sold millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of product. Okay? So it's coming out there. Next thing, I want to switch gears real quick and go to Vibe Rides. It is election season right now in the United States. And even if you're not in the United States, you've probably seen what's happening and what's going on over here in America. And I'm a real big believer in us utilizing our right to vote and exercising our right to vote. And just vote. Just do it anyway. I don't care who it is that you vote for. This is not a company that will ever be a partisan company. We just want you to do the right thing. But we're also doing our part. Vibe Rides, which I've got some great stuff I'll tell you about Vibe Rides. I'm so proud of what's happening there. Angela has been doing a phenomenal job. Our drivers have been doing a phenomenal job to see this baby grow to do what it's doing right now. You may not understand and see a lot of it, but I get really excited on the foundation and the principle of small things. And it's growing right now. And I'm really happy. I am. I'm happy. I'm excited. It's growing every day. But we're going to make sure we give people a $10 credit for going for poll locations, not paying people to vote, but we know that there's a lot of disenfranchised people, and some people who can't get there financially for whatever reason, and we just want to do our part. And so anybody who takes a Vibe ride to any of the polling locations from the areas where we do, we give them a $10 credit, okay, towards their, we give it discounted off of their bill. So if their ride costs them $10, their ride is free. If their ride costs them $15, they only pay $5. And we'll do this on the second and on the third. It's just our way of participating in our democracy. And that's what we want to make sure that we continue to do our part. With Vibe Rides, let me give you one other thing. We're about to expand. I think we gave it away already. We had given it away, right? I always try to hold these secrets, and I think I have secrets, and the field already knows. I'm like, I try to reveal stuff, and the field is like, we know that already. You just found out? I'm excited because we are about to go to a market that I know this is going to really blow up really, really big, Atlanta. We are going to, is it Phoenix?
Yes.
Phoenix.
And Chicago.
All right, Atlanta, Phoenix, and Chicago. We're about to open Vibe rides in those markets. It took us since April, guys, to get this together. Well, actually, we launched in April, but we were supposed to launch in December. Vibe rides took us for a ride. And it's not easy. But now it's smooth. People are getting paid. Residuals are cranking. Overrides are cranking. It's like magic. And I can tell you right now, my goal is next year that we will not only be operating in most places in the United States. My goal in 2021 is to make sure that we're operating in at least 5 foreign countries by the end of next year. 5 foreign countries. I know people say, I've got people ready in this country. We're not ready. The country's ready, but we're not ready. And I don't want to go open up a market where we don't even stand a chance because we don't know the market and our expansion capabilities wouldn't be optimum. So next year, 5 foreign countries will have Vibe rides operating in. I'm just telling you guys, I'm watching these transactions, and I've been doing network marketing for 30 years. And it's not the first class packs that make you rich. I'm telling you, it is consumption of non-participants. People who are not in the company consuming either technology or a product, and they're not in there selling the business. They're just consuming. This is what I know. And you can't take any network marketing professional who can go toe-to-toe with me with understanding that. I know this part. And we've got not only digital consumption that's going on, we've got physical consumption that's going on, and we're going to be bringing you even more. This will be the model company for how every company wants to position itself in the marketplace. If the only way you're earning money is that you're counting auto ships from people, your income's going to be limited. This is why the customers are so important. This is a part of the fabric of our dream and our vision and our mission, and it's all piecing together. And some people say it's piecing together slow. Well, faster than nobody's ever done it before. So how can you judge the speed? It's never been done. We're the first to ever do it. Watch what takes place. Okay? Watch what takes place. And so congratulations to Vibe Rides. Guys, the customers, just every time you talk to somebody, just tell them, hey, download this app. We have not run one ad yet. We're having organic growth. I was talking to Angela last week, and she says the organic growth of people finding out about it, downloading the app, it's been amazing, and many of it's because you're sending them the Boomerang. So I just can't wait for us to have so many other countries or states, around. And guess what, guys? We need more drivers. We have more rides right now that we can't even service the rides now. We have more people are looking for a ride right now than we have drivers, which is a good thing, but we need both of them clicking at the exact same time. But that's just how it works in the very beginning. So proud of Vibe Rides. Next thing, congratulations, guys. 1 million customers. This was a great milestone. 1 million customers, 1 million servings. I was talking to my attorney yesterday. We were talking about charity and charitable things that we want to do. And I told her, I said, listen, we just hit 1 million customers. That means there's 1 million children that got a serving of healthy nutrition because of you. You did it. Give yourselves a big round of applause. 5 sevens that you put in the chat. You guys are absolutely amazing. And everything that we said is coming. It's coming together. It's all coming together. And I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more proud. And we're celebrating this 1 million customers. I can't wait to, we say we've got 10 million. These customers are important. Why? Build Genius. I know we don't have a slide in here. Guys, you know what? I'm so fired up about what we have as a product. Do you know every time? Here's the cool thing. I got to come back and I got to do my own personal Build Genius approach and let you guys know. And I'm going to draw it all out for you and kind of show you if you work this the way I had in mind. See, here's what should happen. When you do Build Genius, those of you who have access to customers in the United States, and if you don't, find somebody you know in the United States and tell them, hey, listen, let me show you how to lower your bills and won't charge you a dime until I lower it. Here's what happens. Not one of you should have one customer in a family. If you've got one customer, you're doing Build Genius wrong. Build Genius, here's why. I get Mark. Mark is a customer. I sign up Mark, and when I get Mark, and Build Genius comes back and gives him a discount, here is my next question. Mark, let me ask you a question. Who in your close friends and family would you like to save money?
Everybody.
Everybody. Mark, could you do me a favor?
Sure.
Here's what I'll do. Okay? I'm going to give you a free travel membership that will give you up to 35% of your travel off. I want, if you do this, just put together a quick Zoom call. We're going to share with them your story, and I want to share with them that I'll do the same savings for them. And I just want you to, and this call is going to be 7 to 10 minutes long. Can we do something like that?
Absolutely. When can we do it?
You know what, Mark? I've got Friday or Sunday. Which one works better for you?
Friday.
Friday?
The earlier the better.
I can do 3 or I can do 6.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock p.m. Done deal. I'll send you the Zoom link.
Awesome.
Guys, there's no reason you can't. It's almost like the chocolate chip cookie thing when they say, "I bet you can't just bite one chip." This is impossible to have one. If you've got one customer, it means you don't understand what you've got. I can understand having no customers because that just simply means you haven't done anything. That I can deal with. I cannot understand having one customer. I can't understand having one customer or even 2 customers or 3 customers for more than a week. It grows by itself. You don't have to do anything. And every single time you get a customer and that saves money, do you know that's a guaranteed, I don't say guaranteed, but that's a residual income every month? You say, well, somebody said, well, I only got 75 cents. You have no idea let me ask you a question. Because some people say, well, it's only 75 cents that I get per month. Here's what I want. I'm not going to give you the answer. I want to teach you, stop being a network marketer and become a business person. How much money do you have to have in a savings account? At today's interest rates of what savings accounts give, for you to earn 75 cents a month. Go figure that out, and then you will understand how powerful Build Genius is. Go figure it out. Most of you are not even earning 75 cents a month right now. In Europe right now, some places in Europe, there's negative interest rates where it's actually costing you money to have money in the bank. They charge you for putting your money in the bank. Same thing is coming. It's coming here to the U.S. as well. Negative interest rates. It's coming everywhere. So what I'm saying is you have leverage. How much did it cost you to get the customer? Nothing. What did you have to spend out of your pocket? Nothing. What did you have to charge them to get on the system? Nothing whatsoever. How long does it take to upload a bill? You can do all of this in 3 to 5 minutes. It's just that simple. Okay? Just that simple. All right. Winning in November, I'm going to go through something that's not new, but I want to tell you a couple things that we're doing in November. Here's what we're going to continue with our promotions for this month. U+2. All right? U+2. Why is U+2 so important? Let's make this real simple. Guys, it's you and 2 other people. Don't tell me you are one of the 25 if you don't get your U+2 bonus. I showed you how to do it. Kevin, you want to make money slow or fast? Fast. Hey, listen, if I showed you how to put 200, 3, whatever the number is, it doesn't matter. If I showed you how to put $300 in your pocket, could you put 15, 20 people on a Zoom call or meet me at this place or can I come? Yeah. Boom. I got him started and now I'm going to show him how to get his 2. It's just 2. U+2. U+2. $50 or $100 bonus. Rank advancement bonuses are continued. We're going to continue that for this month. Get the money, guys, this time. Get the money. You utilize U+2 so that you can rank advance and get this money. Okay? Got a little trick, or a little, not a trick, but got something a little different for the go-getter goodies. Sponsor new ambassador. Sponsor 5, we're going to get you some AirPods. Sponsor 10, we're going to get you the iPad plus the AirPods. 15, iPad Pro with the Magic Keyboard or the iPhone and AirPods. Sponsor 20, MacBook Pro. Okay. How do you like that? Is that pretty cool? Going into the holidays, it becomes a part of your Christmas gift because you'll be receiving this in December. Okay, you go through the month. Let's finish this up, and then you'll be receiving. What you laughing at, Tigray? The comments?
Somebody said speechless.
Speechless. Those are the go-getter goodies.
Dr. Latrice says I'm going to have to leave Android.
Yep. Go. Listen, AirPods work with Android. Ask Sam Bean. Yeah, he always has to dip into the Apple products. But Dr. Latrice, that's why that's why I don't get your messages. She's texting me with Android, and it comes through in a different language. That's what it is. Okay. Now, here's a cool thing that we did at the end of the month. That we did on the 20th of the month, 21st of the month. And we did this in observation of the Project 10,000 event that Cesar Munoz did over in Mexico. It was for you guys, but we said we got to bring it to the entire family. So guess what we're going to do for the entire month of November? Okay? Don't get used to it, but we're doing it. Let's go get this money. Let's go get this in. First class pack, $750. Instead of $1,000, you still get 1,000 QV, 700, 1,000 QV, 450 CV. Okay? 450 CV. You see what your fast start accelerator is here. But we're going to continue this for the entire month. Let's make this happen in the month of November. But I got one other extra thing that we're going to do in the month of November. One other extra thing that we're going to do. First class special. Enroll in first class in November. It's only $750, and we're going to give you 20% in your binary for your first 30 days. How you like those apples? Somebody's going to say, well, I don't need apples. Right? How do you like those apples? Now, my question is this, ladies and gentlemen. Can you win with what we've got in place for November? Can you win with this promotion? Okay? I just want to know, is this good enough for you to win? Okay? Here's what I want you to do. You get with your upline. You set up your plan. Don't call your upline and say, I need a plan. Because you don't own a plan. You set up your own plan of what you want to do, and then you send it to your upline and say, take a look at this plan. Or can we be on one page with this plan, or does it need some adjustment? When people come and say, give me a plan, I already know they're not going to complete it. You give me your plan and let me look at your plan together, and we make the adjustments. That's how we do it. Real simple. I want these calls lit up. I want to say again, thanks guys to Johnny Wembry for just taking the company on his shoulders, closing out the month, and putting a marathon of conference calls together. Okay, you'll see me talk about it a little bit more. Maybe I think next month it comes out. But we support all of our elite diamonds. We support everyone, but our elite diamonds, we want to support them. And there's something special that's coming. He's got a book, his second book that's coming out. Okay. And it was on the bestsellers list for pre-orders alone. But we're going to make sure that we rally around our elite diamond, somebody who pours their heart into the company when they don't have to. And we're going to go support that book. And I want to make sure everybody goes and support that book so that we can say we've got our own who's on here. With his production company, we want them to be so proud of him knowing that we got his back, because he's got our back, we got his back, and we're going to go support that book. So Johnny, you're going to have to go get it made and printed in Spanish too. Okay. So we're definitely going to do that. I think it comes out in December, and we'll do something really, really, really exciting about it. We'll talk about it formally a little bit later. But guys, let's light these calls up like crazy. Let's light them up, whether it's your own calls or not. Let me give you a closing little tip. Here's something simple, real simple, and then we'll close out. Real simple. Some of you are saying right now, well, I know travel still goes, but some of my prospects don't see travel that big. You know what? Some of you are right. You're right. Let's not fight that battle, okay? We're getting travel booked a whole lot right now. We see the travel that gets booked, but we're not here to convince prospects or you that we're booking travel. If I got to sell you that travel still takes place, then I'm selling the wrong, not talking to the wrong person, but I'm selling the wrong message. What I want you focused on, let me give you an example of how I would be approaching people. I keep things real simple. Okay. If I was calling up, I call up T. Gray, and he's my prospect. Hey, T. Gray, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm great.
Hey, man, I got a quick question for you.
What's that?
You know what? If you could cut your time to retire in half, is that something that you want to know about?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever heard of a concept called a PRIB?
A PRIB?
Yeah.
No.
Actually, some people that I'm working with, they're very, very sharp, make millions, but they've developed something called a PRIB. It's really kind of like a permanent retirement income builder.
Okay.
You heard that? Permanent retirement income builder. Why? I'm talking to him about retirement at this moment. We know it's perpetual residual income builder, but have you ever heard of a PRIB? No. Listen, they've developed some technology that has now people all over the world who've got these consistent retirement incomes, and they're continuing to grow. We're going to be doing a little small call. I've got access for a couple of people, and I thought about you. If you were open, I'd put you on the call. I only have a short number of lines, but if you're open, man, I put you on a call. I can't promise you that it'll work for you, but let's get on a call and let's see if it fits your type of income strategy.
Sure. Yeah, when's the call?
7 o'clock. It'll be 7 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to send you a link. It's a Zoom call. And I'd love to have you on there, and then let's talk afterwards and see if this fits your kind of your retirement planning.
Got it. Makes sense.
Boom. I'm keeping things real simple. Hey, Mark, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
If you can double what you earned in 2020, but double it in 2021, would that be a concept you want to take about 30, 40 minutes to evaluate?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, listen, have you ever heard of this concept called PRIB?
No.
You haven't? Listen, there's some professionals that I'm working with that have developed this concept. It's amazing. It's got people who've been able to double, triple, some even quadruple what they've been making full time on a part-time basis. I don't have all the details to discuss right now, and I don't even have the time, but 7 o'clock on Thursday, I've got a Zoom call that we're going to be discussing the elements of a PRIB. Can I count on your time being there?
I think I've got something at that time.
Let me ask you a question. What you've got at that time, is it going to help you double your income, or is that something that you can reschedule and be on this particular call at 7 o'clock?
Definitely not.
Okay, so listen, I'm going to save you a slot. Now, if you can't, I need to know right now because I've got several people who'd like to be on it, and I thought about you first.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to make it a priority to be there?
Definitely.
Wonderful. Now, Mark, again, I can't even make you any promises. I don't even know if you qualify to work with this team, but you're sharp enough to me. I thought about it, and I know several people who's making it work, so I just thought about you. So I'll see you at 7 o'clock on that call.
Okay, I'll be on.
Boom, right? So I'm making it now about the PRIB. And when we get on, we're going to use the PRIB. And now that we have other things in the PRIB, I'm utilizing the PRIB to make the presentation and build the income. Okay? And so later on, you're going to be hearing more from me because I'm going to come back and do a complete invite training from not only invite to presenting. And I'm going to be in the line, I think next week, that I'm going to be in the line to actually do some presentations. But we'll make sure that we give you the training on how to invite before I do it. Watch what happens. Keep this thing simple. Don't oversell. Let the PRIB do the work for you. It's the best conversation piece that you can have to a brand new prospect. Why? Nobody's ever heard of it. You already know the answer when you say, have you ever heard of a PRIB? And everybody wants to be in on the latest about how to double their income, how to cut retirement, how to save money, whatever it is. I'm just giving you simple nuggets and concepts of what you need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go out here. Let's make November boom. Let's go out here, rock. Let's go out here and give our best. Let's not leave anything in the tank. I'm looking for 25 people who are making a quality decision, and I can't wait. This month, I'm stopping into markets right near you. The only way you'll be able to see me is you gotta bring your two. See you guys. Love you. Boom.